Hello everyone, welcome back to the Bonstock Picker 60, and this video is for Stu Skinner or anyone that has not yet had the chance to gut a lock. So excuse me, I thought I heard my wife. So first thing you're going to need is a follower of the correct size and a pair of tweezers and a shim. I always shim my locks, no matter if they're challenge locks or not. Better be safe than sorry. Okay. Hold on, make sure the light here. Okay, just all of a sudden got kind of dark here. Okay. You may encounter a lock like this. This is the one I picked yesterday. You may encounter a lock like this. It has a clip of this kind. This is a, come on baby, focus. This is a dual nib clip, as I call it. It has two titties, as I call it, that attach to the core. Or you may encounter something like this. This is a kick cylinder. KIK stands for key and knob cylinder. I don't have the retaining pin there, but you may have something. It may come with a retaining pin like this that has dual springs, dual nibs on each side, or a single nib, as I call it, which will have a tiny spring in the bottom, and that will go in this little hole here that keeps retains the cap from coming out. Okay, so we got that out of the way. So let's say this is picked already, whether it's picked or not. If you want to gut it, especially if you want to rekey it or repin it, you know. So before I insert the key to turn it, excuse me, let's remove this clip. You can use whatever tool you have. You can go down here like that, or what I like to do is go in here in this little slot and remove it like that. Come on, baby, focus. And you got to be careful with these types of clips. It's really, really soft metal, and if you keep removing it and tightening it and all that, it'll get weak right here and split in half. Okay, so you want to rekey it, right? Or repin it or whatever. I'm left-handed, so I'll turn this to the left, to the right, I mean. And I know the pins are facing up, so always be cognizant of where the pins are. Because if you don't, you are going to drop all the pins. So let's go like this a little bit more. Turn towards me to avoid. And you see how this has a groove. Come on, baby, focus. Oh, why is not focusing? It has grooves here. It has a groove that goes all the way around here. That's what holds the clip. And you also have a groove here. So you want to avoid getting the pins trapped in there, because if not, you would have to, you would have to remove this cap here, remove the top pins in order to get the bottom pins out and blah, blah, blah. So to avoid all that, I use a shim, as I did yesterday, and I go all the way as far as I can go. Sometimes you can only get that shim halfway. And if you do get it only halfway, you have to, what is called, ride the shim. You hold it here, you get your follower and make sure it's the right diameter. And by that, you just measure it like this. And if it covers the whole back of the core without going over too much, then you know it's going to fit correctly. But sometimes if you're new at this, you'll learn if it's too big, obviously you go down one size. And if it's too small, you just go up. So this is what I'm going to do. Right? Bam. So you leave the shim, you leave the follower in there. That's what's holding the driver pins up in the Bible. Okay. So what I do, is remove the key, and you start unloading. Some people start with the last pin and go right to left, and some people go from the first pin left to right. So you just dump, which is the easy part. Okay. The tricky part for me in the beginning was removing the driver pins from the Bible. And a good friend of mine taught me. I can't think of his name right now. Man, that's crazy because he's an excellent picker. He doesn't do anything anymore. If I think of his name, I'll put it in the comments, in the description. Anyway, you start with number 1 and do a controlled extraction, which means you push your follower back and then trap it. Trap the pin with your follower by moving the follower forward. And then remove it. Right. I'm just going to leave, let's remove the, let's remove the springs as well so I can show them how to do that. Okay. And the number 2. Okay. And number 3. And you just sprinkle that. Oh, it did. Okay. Now you got 1, 2, and 3 out. So what I do is I go to the rear. Now with this type of follower that has this in the back, can be a little tricky to trap the driver pin in place. Okay, so now this is number 5 pin. So you want to make sure you put it in number 5 slot. Okay, and then, oh yeah, I had trouble with this one last night. So I use a dental pick to remove the spring. And put it up there. And then, last but not least, number 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on a second here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Did I not do? Oh, what a ding dong! Hold on, guys. Yeah, this one goes here. Okay. And I think I lost a spring somewhere. But if we did, I have one that I can replace it with. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. That is bizarre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What did I do wrong here? Oh, knucklehead. Yeah, I'm trying to teach someone how to do this, right? Okay. Alright, guys, I apologize for that. This is live. Not live, but it's unedited. I don't edit none of my videos. I load them up the way it is. Okay, so that's how you gut it. Now, to repin it, and see if this is the right size. No, that's too small. This is the right size. Okay. All right. So now you put the pins in the core. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, baby. Oh, jeez. Okay. 4 and 5. Okay, so now I'll set that aside. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Okay, I switched followers. All right, now this is the tricky part. Now you reverse this. Okay, you start. This is a 5-pinner. It doesn't matter. You can have 7 pins, and well, I don't want to make it too complicated. So this is a 5-pinner, as you can see. So now I prefer starting with number 3. Okay, some people would do 4 and leave the 5th one for last. Okay, so I put that in. Put the spring in first, obviously. And you take your driver and then put it in the hole. Push your follower forward to pin it, to trap it, I should say. I don't want to, pin and everything. So you trap it like that. And you take your tweezers, push down, and advance the follower forward. And repeat. Down. Push the follower forward. Trap in the pin with your follower, and there you go. Advance it forward. Your spring. Your driver. You trapped it. just to give you, time to regroup. Push it down. Okay. Now I turn it around. And now, instead of starting with number 5, you're going to start with number 4. So you push this follower back until you see the number 4 spot. I almost went with number 5. And you drop your pin or your spring. Come on, baby. And you drop your pin, trap it again, regroup, push it, advance your follower, and then drop it. Yeah, let's go this way. Come on. You drop it, you pin it, or you trap it, and then you take your tweezers or whatever you have, advance it forward. Now, you have it pinned. And now you want to put the plug in, which is right here, and everything's reversed. You stick your shim in, right? You hold it, and I like to do it like this. Put the key pins at a 90-degree angle, and as I push, I'm holding the shim with my thumb, and then push it all the way in, the core, pull that out, and before you do anything else, move the core until it locks. So what happens, all the pins go down into the core, and now it's locked. And you take your whatever you have that secures the whatever secures the core in place. For example, this one is the thing, a clip, tighten it, and it works smoothly. And my friends, that's how you do gutting and reassembly. Now, in locksmith world, it's not referred to as gutting. It's referred to as field stripping. Guess you strip the lock in the field, like out in the wild, as we say. And I like to tighten it a little bit more. Okay. But there you go. For your newbies, if this helped you, leave a comment down below. And also, the more experienced guys, I like to see what you have to say. And yeah, so there you go. Thank you for joining me in this adventure. Like I said, be safe, be legal. As always, stay calm and pick on. Thanks a lot, everyone. Bye-bye.